Hi, y'all. This is Charity from Frog Crochet, and our devotion is My mercy is never out of reach. You are never too far. You are never beyond the reach of my mercy. Over and over, I will restore and forgive you. Open your eyes and see me high and lifted up, my glorious robe of mercy wrapped around you. Be filled with the glory of my love. Receive a fresh infilling from my fountain of mercy, and you will be prepared for what is to come. I am the God of forgiveness and mercy, the God of not just one, two, or three chances, but unlimited mercy. When you commune with me in sacred intimacy, the areas of your life that have yet to be changed will be perfected. You are my temple, my holy vessel, purchased with holy blood, sacrificed and righteous because of what I have done for you, forgiven because of the price I paid. So lay your failures before me today. Invite me into every area that has haunted you with regret. Let go of your past and walk into the newness of life with me. It is never too late. My mercy is never out of reach. And our verse is She has been forgiven of all her many sins. This is why she has shown me such extravagant love. But those who assume they have very little to be forgiven will love me very little. Then Jesus said to the woman at his feet, all your sins are forgiven. And that's Luke chapter 7, verse 47 and 48. Oh, we got some people in. Let me pull up my phone so I can see the chat. All right. Hi, Sunita. Yep, Miss Kitty is my daughter. So, what do you think of my new glasses? I got my bifocals in. Still waiting to hear. Hi, Zach. Welcome in. Got my new glasses. Still waiting to hear for little man's glasses. This is the dress that I was working on my last live. I finished it just today. I got it done. I had all the ends sewed in. I just needed to add the ribbon and put the buttons on. So, that's the back. And that's the front. Now, the one the lady did, she did where she tied this in the back instead of in the front, but I just wanted the bow in the front. So, because I didn't have, she had little, I don't know, some kind of little hairpiece thing that she had glued onto hers, but I just, Miss Kitty helped me pick out the ribbon to go with it. And I was started another one. See, I'd ran out of yarn with this. I had to go get some more. I actually ran out twice of the cream color here. I had to go get more. So while I was waiting to go get more, I went and pulled some yarn from my yarn stash and started another one. I was hoping that it would be for one of my nieces, but the top of this is so big, it'll actually fit Miss Kitty. So this dress is going to be, actually, when I get it done, will be for Miss Kitty. this, this is a 4-weight. Now, this was your thread yarn. And I thought, oh, well, 4-weight shouldn't be too bad. It made it the top big enough for Miss Kitty. So she even held it up and she's like, oh, yeah, that'll fit me. Because that's how big his top is. And that's a 4-weight. So I'm going to have to find a different weight of yarn to use for my niece to make one for her. So that's where I'm at on that. And Miss Kitty, I only have 2 of these. So I think we're going to do, which would be 6 rows of this to make 2 complete, to complete these little things here. I'll do 6 rows of this and 9 rows of the purple before I change back to the pink, because I got more pink. I got more purple than I do the pink. I only got 2 of those. So hopefully that'll be enough for it. This will be the purple, which that's actually looking like blue on my screen, but it'll be pink and purple, and they're very bright pink and purples. Let's see. This is Kitty. Yes, she has. Cream cheese, pickles, and peanut butter. Zach, quit giving her ideas.
I don't like cream cheese anyways, unless it's the flavored stuff, like the strawberry or blueberry.
Shame on you, Zach.
I may have to try it with the strawberry sometime. It'll kind of be like PB&J, but with strawberry cream cheese.
So, Sunita, what you working on? I'm surprised y'all ain't over at Mishy's. I seen she was on. A flower coaster. Okay. Sunita, I'm behind on watching everybody else's stuff. I barely get some time to run anything anymore. Today I was, because Connie, she's had a drop in her watch hours. So I told Connie I would run some of her videos. So I had them turned down a little bit and ran one of her playlists. Actually, I think I got through one, but it was only like 5 videos on that playlist. And then I started another playlist. I haven't got through all of those yet, but I was just trying to give her some more watch hours. So so you're watching mine and Mishy's at the same time. Okay. That's cool. Well, thank you for joining, Sunita. So is that okay with you, Miss Kitty, on the colors? Unless I can find some more of that pink.
What? I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention. Okay. I said I only have 2 of these pinks. And hey, look, they match my shirt or my dress. Look at there. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit lighter than my dress.
Pink because you don't like
I don't know. It, I only have 2 of these. And I've got at least 3 or 4 more of the purple, and I got 2 here already. So I'm going to do less rows of the pink and more rows of the purple when I do it. Oh. Unless I run across some more pink somewhere in there. I just couldn't see past the rocket or the glider, so I do have some pale pink, but I don't know if that would work good with. I thought I had some pale purple too. That would have been okay to do both those two together plus the bright ones, but just doing the pale pink and then the 2 bright colors, I don't know if that. Don't think that would work good. Multitasking, yep. I do that sometimes. My husband says, I don't know how you do that. Shoot, I do it all the time. I'll sit there during church while service is going. I'll sit and crochet. And some of the ladies are like, how in the world do you do that? Yeah, I sit there and crochet while I'm listening to the pastor. But that keeps me awake. It keeps me from falling asleep during service. Oh, I think we got somebody in here. Is that Pam? Is that Pam? It is. Hello, Miss Pam. How are you? What you working on? And Zach's being a bad influence to Miss Kitty on food.
I completely disagree with you.
Let's see. She's good. Working on a blanket for my niece and her fiance. That's cool. Well, I just had showed it, but I'll show it to you here. Since you just popped in, I just finished. Well, I finished another baby dress a while back, but I just finished this one today. And here. And I was going to make this same dress in a 4-weight for one of my nieces. And I had started it because I ran out of that thread yarn. And I was like, I got the top together and I looked at it and told Miss Kitty, I said, this is way too big for my sister's kids. This thing is huge. I said, I think this is big enough for it to fit you. And she said, let me see it. She held it up. She said, yeah. So the top of it, this is going to end up being Miss Kitty's dress. So, because that's the top already, and that and she's 15. And there's no way that my niece can fit that. She's only what, like her oldest is what, 6, 7, somewhere in there. That's way too big for a 6 or 7-year old. So I'm like,
I am a bit small, but
yeah, people don't believe you're 15. I don't know. They think you're about 10 or 11.
yeah. When I was in 5th grade, I had a substitute reading teacher, and we actually swapped classes for reading and then your homeroom regular classes. And the substitute says, I think you're in the wrong class, sweetie. You need to go back to your 2nd grade class. But I was in the right class.
You come in here and tell them that. I don't think they can hear you.
Well, too bad. Plug it in
Yeah. Yeah. Auto incorrect, right? Yeah, it says okay. I see. It says finance, but it's supposed to be fiance. But I read it as fiance. Pam's fiance. Stupid autocorrect. Well, yeah, stupid auto incorrect. I call it. They said, no, no, Pam. All I did was get Miss Kitty addicted to pickles and peanut butter sandwiches. Yes,
Speaking
he
of which, I'm
did.
gonna go make me one real quick.
Now look, see? Oh wow. Pam says LOL. She says my niece is like that. She's not quite 5 foot tall
I'm
and
a little over 5 foot.
and looks 12 years old and she's 20.
I'm a little over 5 foot.
That sounds like Fairlight.
Yes, it does, because she's shorter than me.
Yeah, that sounds like Miss Fairlight. She actually Miss Kitty is taller than my sister Fairlight.
Only half an inch over 5 foot.
Yeah, Miss Kitty is 5 foot and a half inch. I'm 5'1", so I have a feeling Miss Kitty's gonna be taller than me.
Yeah, back to making that peanut butter.
Oh. Yeah, Zach, see, you talking about that peanut butter and pickles sandwich. She's over there making one now. Actually, when she got married, one of my older sisters, well, she's actually not my older sister. She's right underneath me. She's 3 years younger than me. Um, but she was with her. Then Fairlight's the youngest of all of us. And when she got married, she was getting married at a winery. And the lady there, she's like, I'm sorry, honey. She said, I know that you've got to be old enough to do this because you're getting married and you're having it here. She said, but I have to ID you because I'm sorry. She said, but you don't look like you're a day over 12 years old. And of course, she was 20, I think she was 22 when she got married. And uh, she's short. I told her, I said, Yay, I'm not the shortest one in the family now. Because for the longest time, I was the shortest one as an adult. Because the other two I didn't count when they were little bitties. Because I was like, they're not old enough to be tall, at their full height. But yeah, I believe she's under 5 foot tall. I think Miss Kitty was, when she was 12 or 13, she was exactly the same height as my sister at that time. And now we haven't been out there to see her, but Miss Kitty's only half an inch shorter than me, so I know she's taller than her now. But the sister that's 3 years younger than me, she's like way up there. She's taller than I am. Everybody used to think she was the oldest when I was the oldest. She takes after my dad. She got his height and his build. He's big boned. I used to look like mom. A lot of people still say I do, but and he says she beat me by half an inch. Alex was my Alex was my height when he was 5 and turned 17 today. Oh well, happy birthday. Uh uh Tuesday is my dad's birthday. And for years and years and years, he keeps telling me, I used to ask him. I don't ask him anymore because he gives me the same answer every year. is if I ask him how old he is, he keeps telling me he's 23, and he ain't going past 23. He's staying 23. And he says, well, you're as old as you feel. And he says, that's how old I feel. I said, well, how about we go by how you're acting, and we'll put you at 12 because that's what you're acting like. He said, hey, now. But his birthday is Tuesday, and he says, yep, I'm turning 23 times 3. And that is his true age, if you add that up. Uh-huh. You go in yonder.
No.
You take that sandwich in the other room. Go on. Go. No. You take that disgusting sandwich in the other room. Quit eating it in front of me. Yeah, he will be. So Tuesday he will be 69 years old, but in his mind he's 23 every year. He says he ain't getting any older. He was telling me he had to go have blood work done. They were checking his vitamin B levels, and he said that nurse was fussing. She's like, "Oh, I'm old now." And something about she turned 53 or something like that. And he says, "Huh." He said, "You're just a young thing." He said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "I'll be turning 69 on my birthday on Tuesday." And he says, "You ain't old." He said, "You're just a youngin'." Miss Kitty, do you want me to put those spots for the ribbon, or do you not want ribbon in it? Because I can do it without the ribbon.
Without the ribbon.
Okay.
Don't like ribbon.
I figured you wouldn't want that. Because I can do it, change it up without the ribbon. I don't think you would want it with the ribbon. There you go. I really, really need to get little man's blanket done. I had started working on it a while back. Really? I told you to quit eating that sandwich in front of me.
I just got one bite left.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
Yeah, you just gotta come in here and just eat it in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably trim this in. I can do the picos at the bottom like I did that one if you want in the white. That way you have the white on top and then trim it in white on the bottom.
Yeah. What sandwich?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad it's gone.
I'm gonna go make another one.
Mean to me.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to be mean to your mama.
I'm just playing around.
Yarn barf. Started pulling that out. I love this yarn. It's so soft. I'm using the Caron Simply Soft. I used that one in white and this one Huh, this is called watermelon, Miss Kitty. That pink. It's called watermelon.
Here comes the flute.
So we're going to be using Garon Simply Soft in a watermelon pink and the purple. Let's see, grape. So you're having watermelon and grape.
Okay.
That's a interesting combination.
Sounds like a delicious fruit salad.
Delicious fruit salad. Well, yeah, grapes and watermelon and a fruit salad. Add some more fruit to it. I don't think I got any yellow in there bright enough for you to add with this. I'm surprised you didn't want yellow with it. Hi, Cindy Lou. Welcome in. Let's see what she says here. So nice to see you on your live tonight. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. She said hello to Sanita and hello to all in the chat. Cindy Lou, Miss Kitty is my daughter, and she has been tormenting me with sandwiches. She knows that I don't like those. Mr. Zach gave her the idea of peanut butter and pickles.
It's delicious.
And I'm surprised she didn't put ham on it, because we do have ham in there.
I was trying to be quick about it, and I didn't feel like trying to get it out of the fridge.
I think he's just doing it to give her ideas to gross me out, I believe. Just to be ornery. Now, my sister-in-law, she does eat pickles and peanut butter, but she does sweet pickles, and Miss Kitty likes it with dill pickles. So. And what I'm working on right now is a dress for Miss Kitty. I was going to make it for one of my nieces, but the top of it's so big that Miss Kitty held it up. I said, I got the top done, and I was like, that's going to be way too big for a 6 or 7 year old. So I told Miss Kitty, I said, I think this is big enough for you. And she's there. Let me see it. She held it up. And she's like, yeah, that would fit me. So I'm going to have to find some different yarn that's not a 4-weight, a lot thinner, for to make for this size dress. So hey, Miss Kitty, if you would bring me the other dress, I'll show you. Which Miss Fairlight had a little baby last year. She had a little girl, and my other sister Alexis had a little girl, but she's actually got 4 kids now. She has she has 3 girls and 1 boy. Her boy's the oldest. But this one here is for Miss Fairlight's little girl. I finished this last week or so. This was the first dress that I had done, and this is all thread yarn. This is a number 3 in the thread yarn, and then the bottom I couldn't find any yellow unless I ordered it on Amazon. Well, actually, even trying to find it on Amazon, I couldn't find it in a yellow other than a 10 in the thread yarn. So I ended up getting the 10 and just doubling it and made that. I love the little pineapples. I just loved how it came out. And then we found this little green sheer ribbon to go across there. And I did the buttons a little different on the back on this one. I actually sewed them on, and you can use these little loops here just to button it. Now the other one turned out a little different. I had smaller buttons, so I had to actually go and sew on little loops to close up the buttons, because the holes in the back on the side that I already had was too big for the buttons. But this is the dress that I finished today. And this is for Alexis's little girl. And see, on the back I did the buttons a little different, and it's gapping. I don't like that, but oh well. But my little buttons that I had, I just did a little loop to do them, because these buttons were a little bit smaller. But this is all thread yarn too. Again, this is 3 and this is 10, but I doubled it. It looks kind of a purpley. I was hoping it was like a rose color, but the color of it is called Antique, and it's from Hobby Lobby. And it does look a little more purpley, so we put that purple ribbon with that. Miss Kitty picked that out. But this is the thread yarn. And then the lady that did this pattern, she just left it plain, and I just wanted to put a little more color at the bottom, and I had a little bit more of this, so I just did the picots all the way around. And I think I'll do that to this one too for Miss Kitty as well. So I'm just getting it started. But I got it too big. I looked at this. I was like, there's no way that my 7-year-old or 6 or 7-year-old niece could wear this. So, and Miss Kitty held it up and she's like, yep, that'll fit me. So I told her, I was like, well, I was going to put purple and white. I said, but I can add pink to it if you want. She's like, yeah, add the pink with it. So we're adding, but I thought I had more of the pink, but I guess I don't. Now, if I find more pink, then I can change the pattern, but I don't think I got any more. I got a pale pink in there, and if I had another pale purple, that would have worked out, but all of them are that bright grape color. So she's going to have, the colors is watermelon and grape and white. I thought, let me see. I think I might have a label on one of the white ones. It might just be white. I'm not sure. No, this one says off-white. What? Uh-oh. That one says white. Oops. Okay, well, I'm glad I saw that. Guess I'll have to put that one back. That one says off-white. I think I have another white in there. What'd Zach say? Okay, let me get caught up on chat here. Sia said hi to Cindy. Cindy says, my youngest son loves peanut butter sandwiches. She says, wow, that looks amazing. Very pretty. Very beautiful. Thank you, Miss Cindy. Sunita said, bye. If anybody's wondering, Dark Wolf is Miss Kitty's friend. He helps moderate. And because I'm so random on here when I get on here. I don't have a set schedule when I get on, so sometimes he'll pop up and help. Zach's been really good about helping lately. Pam is a moderator as well. It's because I'm so random of getting on here. Pam don't catch me very often. So Zach says, have him try it with pickles, Cindy. Yeah. I don't know, Cindy. I won't try it, but Miss Kitty does have one of her aunts that she will eat peanut butter, but she'll eat sweet pickles with her peanut butter sandwiches. Miss Kitty likes it with dill pickles. I just say, ew, gross. So, oops. No problem, Zach. Not paying attention to spelling. Okay, yeah. I see that she. Yeah, I've misspelled it a few times too on air, and she never says anything to me. So Miss Cindy Lulu is good with it either way. Let's see. Was in the bathroom getting tip clean out. Well, it's Zach, peanut butter and onion is acquired taste. It is something that I grew up with. That was, I think, something my granny had done. My aunt and mom like them too. So, kind of like my husband, he occasionally wants a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich, and that was only because his mom fixed him peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches for school, and he said nobody would trade him at school for lunch. Cindy says, "I do need to get rest. Hurting all day today. I love you too, and hope you feel better, Miss Cindy. Sorry that you've been hurting all day. Hope you feel better." And prayers. And Pam, I don't know if you've seen it, but Cindy's wanting you to send her an email. She says, not an emergency, though. Well, get you some rest. I know all about being tired. Shoot, I took a nap this afternoon. It was kind of cold in the house. It's a little bit cool, and our house gets heated by wood stove, and it was 68, I think, and it just felt it felt colder than 68. And I was sitting there working on this, and I got tired, and I got cold too, so I bundled up with blankets and ended up just falling asleep on the couch for a little while. I was gonna go live sooner than this, but when I went to go live, I checked my Chromebook and I only had 11%, and I knew that wouldn't uh, that wouldn't hold me for very long on doing a live. So I had to plug it in. So while I was waiting, I decided to work on this, and then I fell asleep because I got nice and warm, snuggled up on the couch with those blankets wrapped around me. Really good. So. Sorry, y'all. That's the church treasurer. She wasn't at church today, and I had to write some checks out, and she was asking about one of them. So she's just responding back to me on it. So sorry about all the pings. This, she's the main treasurer. I'm the assistant treasurer, and she was out of town today, so I had to do some checks for people. So we had a guest speaker and guest piano player today. So today was our pastor and his wife's anniversary, so they took the day off. Unfortunately, our pastor wasn't feeling good today. I mean, poor thing's got a sinus infection. So maybe another day they can go and when he starts feeling better. But anyway, just and silly little man. My husband was talking to the pastor earlier today, and he kept begging and little man, he kept begging and begging and begging to talk to the pastor, and he took off with that phone. He talked to him for a long time, and little man don't usually get on the phone. If he gets on there, he keeps it really short. But he was really, really talking to pastor today. He missed him a lot. That's his buddy. He missed seeing his buddy at church today, so he had to just had to tell him everything. I guess. He used to talk to my aunt on the phone a lot. Miss Kitty, you see, Dark sent you something. You gonna respond to Dark Wolf?
Sorry, I kind of zoned for a moment.
She spaced out there, Dark Wolf.
Yeah, I was just kind of staring into one spot. I was just kind of.
Now, be nice. Let's see. Pam said something here. Oh yeah, Pam, you see my new glasses? I got bifocals now. And she says I gotta duck out. Glad I caught you for a little while. They're calling for frost warning overnight. So and ooh, yeah, they're calling for some cold weather here. Back into my lonely shadows. You can stay on here if you want to, but just don't. Just try to keep it nice. I don't mind you picking on each other, but try to keep it nice, okay? Because this is supposed to be for everyone. Family friendly. I know it was a joke. Yeah, I'm still getting used to these things. Gotta get my glasses just right. Have a great night, everyone. Don't forget to leave your lovely host a thummies. Thank you, Pam. You have a good night too. Oh, Lydia's here. Hi, Lydia. Welcome in. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the bifocal. There's no lines, so I'm trying to get used to them. Miss Kitty. Although I tell you what, it's a world of difference. of being able to see is Miss Kitty was laughing at me a couple nights ago. I looked up at the clock and I said, "Oh, wow, the clock has hands and I can actually see them clearly." She was sitting there just laughing at me. And then my husband had handed me his phone and was showing me something. And her and him both were sitting there laughing at me just as hard as could be, as they were making fun of how I was looking at it because I've got to tilt my head up to read things close. And he says, "Ah, she's got that snooty look and she's stuck up now." And him and Miss Kitty were just sitting there just laughing at me. Oh, Maritza's here. Hi, Maritza. Welcome in. Unfortunately, Miss Lydia, you just missed Pam. She realized that it's getting cold and she's gonna have to bring some plants in so they don't frost tonight. But Miss Lydia, I think you would like this, and Miss Maritza, I finished another baby dress in the thread yarn. I got that done today. That's the front, and that's the back of it. That's all that thread yarn. And what I'm working on right now is I was going to make it for one of my nieces, but it's too big. So it's actually going to be Miss Kitty's, but it's going to look just like that dress that I just showed you. But yeah, this is too big for a 7-year-old. So, and Miss Kitty yelled it up. She's like, "Yep, that'll fit me." So I started making it for her. So this will be for Miss Kitty when it's done. I tell you, this is a lot easier to work with. This is going faster than the other one was. This yarn, the 4-weight yarn, is a lot easier to work with. Thank you, Lydia. This will be, I guess I'm gonna call it the fruit salad dress because she said it sounds like a fruit salad because the yarn colors. The pink here is called watermelon, and the purple that I'm gonna add to it is called grape. So this is gonna be the fruit salad dress. Snag that yarn. Don't do that. I was hoping to add some pale pink and pale purple, but I only have the pale pink. I don't have any pale purple to go with it, so it's just gonna be these two bright colors and the white. I'm glad I looked at the other thing of white that I had though. It said off white. I'm glad I looked at it before I added it on here. I only got just a little bit of white. I'm glad I stopped where I did, because I ain't got much white left. I don't think I could have done another round on it if I'd done any more white. I'd had to go back in there and look for another white. I'm using Caron Simply Soft on these. I just went looking in my stash. As actually, when I was making that other baby dress, I had ran out of yarn, and I thought, well, maybe I can make another one for one of, because Miss Alexis has 4 kids. She's got 3 girls and 1 boy. And I thought, well, I'll make another dress, and I'll make one in the 4-weight yarn for her older girl. And yeah, it's too big for a 7-year-old. So I was like, well, Is when Miss Kitty held it up and I seen that it would fit her, I said, well, I guess this dress is going to be yours then. It's good. It would swallow a 7-year-old if I gave it to her. So. Lydia, what you working on? I know you got to be working on a project. You lot like me. You can't keep. You got to keep your hands busy. Yes. Lydia says, I have a lot of yarn. I have a few ideas to make. Cool. You got a project going? So I'm working on. Okay, you're working on your blanket. Cool. Yeah, I had gotten a bunch of this Caron Simply Soft back when Walmart was carrying it. I was making a bunch of scarves and then I ended up not making all of them. I had plans to make a bunch of scarves, but I didn't make them all. And so I had a whole lot of this. And then Walmart actually clearanced them out. And I got a bunch more of them that were clearance too. So I had a whole bunch of Caron Simply Soft in there. So, and I know Miss Kitty likes pink and purple. And I don't think I had any bright yellow to go with this. Her favorite colors is pink, purple, and yellow. And I thought I had more of this pink, but I don't. Only got 2. And yes, I am doing this off of memory from doing that other dress. So. But once you get it down, it's pretty much once you get past the top half of it, the bottom, the skirt part is a 3-row repeat, basically. You do have a little bit of increases here and there, but they're not. But once you get to a certain point on the increases, now you can make it wider if you need to. So I might have to increase a little bit more. But where the V shape down it, it's supposed to be 9 wide, but for Miss Kitty, I might have to make it a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see what this looks like when I get there to the 9. If I don't need to make it any wider, then I'll just leave it like that and just do the 3-row repeat then. But once you get to a certain point, it's just basically just a 3-row repeat. But anyhow. Oops. 1, 2, and 3. I gotta pay attention here. I almost put it in the wrong spot. And I gotta make sure I got 40 of these loops. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 3. That's 29, 3, and that's 30. And I got to do 10 more loops. 3. I'll count them when I get to the end to make sure I got enough. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna hop off of here. I really don't have much more. That's the only thing I got completed was that dress this week. I said I was working on this and it just ended up being too big for my niece, so I turned it into we'll turn it into a dress for Miss Kitty. So anyway, and I wanted to show y'all my new glasses. So it was good to see you too, Lydia. Thank you for joining. Just caught a little bit of it, but anyway, it is getting late. Miss Kitty's got to go to bed here soon, so she's got schoolwork tomorrow. So anyway, you too, Miss Anita. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed week. All right, bye, y'all.